Ayan na si Tolpo. Nakahanap na ng katapat mga guys. Itong Amerikanong si Mr. Confidential. So, sabayan nyo ako. Panoorin natin itong Senate hearing mga guys. Importante to yung decommissioning sa mga surrendery. Tsaka yung perang 100,000. So, manood tayo mga guys.
Came from the weapons that were surrendered from the decommissioning process.
For now, we are bound by our mandate given to us by the two parties, the government of the Philippines and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. And in the terms of reference of the IDB, it says that all information, data, or opinions gathered, generated or exchanged in connection with the work of IDB are confidential and may not be divulged to an organization, individual, or entity. But if the parties would, of course, agree that we should share that, we could be open to do so. But for now, we're bound by our mandate.
You are bound by your mandates to keep these records confidential. Bakit ganon? Labag ito sa batas ng Pilipino. So ibig sabihin, yung mga nag-surrender na MILF, hindi sakop ng batas ng ating bansa. Parang mali naman yata to. Panloloko naman yata ng bansang Pilipino to. Bakit hindi sila tatalima sa batas na ang bawat mamayan ang kinakailangan sumunod?
National defense and security, peace, unification, and reconciliation is hereby resumed and called to order. Welcome to the second hearing, convened to look into the issue of delays in the conduct of the decommissioning process of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, combatants, and weaponry. This inquiry is a continuation of the public hearing held last February 6, 2024 about the challenges encountered in the decommissioning process and other security measures involving MILF combatants, weapons, and ammunition.
Decommissioning and peace in Mindanao continue to be matters of grave concern, given that as late as the 18th of February last week, we are aware that a bloodbath occurred yet again with the MSU bomb attack, killing 4 civilians, 6 soldiers, 2 suspected Dawla Islamia, and 4 other troops injured in Barangay Ramain, Munay, Lanay del Norte. Clearly, our job is far from over, and there is much that remains to be done. Indeed, there is much skepticism about the decommissioning effort, given the deep dissatisfaction of many already decommissioned combatants, as well as the local government officials who continue to question the lack of detailed plans, milestones, and timelines. And these are the aspects that we need.
Mayor Ali then contacted his political allies in Maguindanao del Sur, and he was able to refer his concern to Mayor Balayman of the municipality of Pandag, Maguindanao del Sur. Ang naging problema po nito ay itong mga MILF rebel returnees ay nabigyan na po ng 100,000 na pinangako po ng gobyerno. Ngunit, nung pagbigay sa kanila ng 100,000, yung kanilang mga commander ay kinuha po yung kalahati. And that is that is one of their concerns, no? And if we have 26,000 combatants who are willing to surrender, that 1.3 billion yun mapupunta ron sa mga, hindi mapupunta ron sa mismong mga rebel returnees, kundi sa mga commanders nila. So siguro kailangan natin paimbestigahan yung ganitong klaseng problema. And I've intimated to Secretary Galvez a while ago in my office to please investigate these wrongdoings. Senator Tulfo?
Yes, my first question, Secretary Galvez or anybody from your office can answer this. 100,000 pesos each were given to MILF surrenderies. Hindi po ata pantay. Why sa MNLF, 45,000 lamang allocated for its surrenderies? Bakit magkaiba po? Sa MILF, 100,000, MNLF, 45,000.
Sir, actually, sir, yung ano sir natin, yung sa 100,000, sa MILF dahil kasi mayroon silang decommissioning. Yung sa MNLF po, sir, is stenciling. wala pa po yung talagang decommissioning because on our final peace agreement with the MNLF, wala po tayong provisions for decommissioning. So yung gagawin po natin, yung initially yung 45,000, considering na according to RA 20 of the final peace agreement, those who will not be integrated should be given tinatawag natin socio-economic package. And basically, ang gusto nga namin po, pare-pareho po yung ibigay. Ang intention po talaga natin is 100,000 din po ibigay natin sa MNLF. Initially lang na ibigay natin yun because ang ano pa lang natin is only stenciling pa po ang ginawa po natin, Your Honor.
Stenciling nga, Secretary.
Yes, sir. Kasi yun nga po ang ano natin, kasi ito po yung nagiging problema po natin sa final peace agreement.
Can you please enlighten this committee what stenciling is all about?
Yung stenciling po ng firearms nila, kinukuha po ng bali po sir, nire-record po natin kasi yung part po yun, ito part po ng ano natin yan na gusto po natin ma-recover po lahat ang mga loose firearms. So isa po ito yung mga tinatawag nating na parang ating proseso para at least kukunin natin yung firearms ng ating brother MNLF and then stencil po natin and then we have an agreement na mayroon tinatawag tayong firearms control. Ganun
Yeah,
po
as a
sabi-
follow-up question to that,
Opo.
Before that, Senator Tulfo would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Bato de la Rosa.
okay. Yung mga sinusurrender ng firearms, 4,000 and all, right? Yan po ba ay niregister? Meron ho ba kayong database where those firearms are registered? And I would like to follow up also dun sa request nung kausap po mga taga-military na dapat yung serial numbers, if they are logged in sa database ninyo, dapat accessible yan sa PNP at NBI para kung halimbawa nagkaroon ng operations yung mga grupong yon, they can cross-check doon sa mga na-recover nila na mga baril versus doon po sa mga sinurrender na mga baril. So ito ba mga baril na sinurrender, 4,000, are they logged in sa isang database?
Sir, nandito po yung ating Vice Chair ng Independent Decommissioning Body in the person of Mr. Hovland from Norway. Sila po ang nag-ano po ng proseso.
Mr. Hofland, the firearms, the 4,000 firearms, how are they being handled once they were surrendered to the government?
Yeah.
What
Mr.
kind of
Chair,
accounting do we do?
Your Honor, we in the independent decommissioning body, we receive and decommission the firearms. We register them. We do a function test of the firearms. So all the firearms we receive are operational, and then we store them according to the agreement. We also take in the registration number of the weapon, and according to the agreement between the parties, that is to be confidential for the independent decommissioning body.
Can we have records of those firearms that were surrendered, the serial numbers, and are they stored in a database where it will be accessible to the PNP and NBI and even the military? Like I said earlier, if there's an operation conducted by these authorities and in the process they were able to recover firearms in those operations, at least they can make some cross-checking to ensure that none of those firearms they recovered during their operations came from the weapons that were surrendered from the decommissioning process.
So for now, we are bound by our mandate given to us by the two parties, the government of the Philippines and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. And in the terms of reference of the IDB, it says that all information, data, or opinions gathered, generated or exchanged in connection with the work of IDB are confidential and may not be divulged to an organization, individual, or entity. But if the parties would, of course, agree that we should share that, we could be open to do so. But for now, we're bound by our mandate.
So right now it's confidential, so you cannot divulge to us the firearms. What kind of firearms are those? The serial numbers? That's confidential? You mean the Filipino people doesn't have the right to know?
So
Sir?
So Your Honor, we in the IDB, when we finished each phase of decommissioning, we send a report to our principal, which is a two-piece panels.
I understand,
We
sir. I understand. I know where you're coming from. I know what you're saying, but the thing is, there was more than 2 billion spent for this program. In exchange, they have to surrender their weapons. And I just want those weapons accounted for. First, where are they stored? And then second, how are they being handled? And then third, they should be in a database, like I said, for the third time, which will be accessible to everybody, especially the PNP, the NBI, the AFP, in case they need to check those database, those serial numbers of those firearms, then they can always go to that computer and look it for themselves.
So, Your Honor, I understand your question. I understand your need to do so. I really do. So we have our mandate now, and I can also answer what we do with the weapons. We store them in a secure storage area. And then according to the agreement, after the fourth phase, or when the parties agree, we will put them beyond use.
So even a video, you can show us a video or even pictures of those weapons?
So we had,
Still confidential?
no, we had two large events in Katapat where we had display of all the firearms that we received for the phase, witnessed by.
Can you show us some videos at least or pictures? Because 4,000 is a lot of firearms, and I just want to make sure that those firearms are really well kept and being protected.
Yeah, so Your Honor, we're very glad to submit pictures and videos
And videos.
of the weapons so you can see that.
So right now you cannot submit to us the serial numbers of those firearms. It's not stored in any database because you said it's confidential unless both parties agree to divulge those kind of information to us, to the Filipino people. Is that what you're saying, sir?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
The
Mr. Chair.
permission of
Yes, with the
Senator
permission
Tulfo.
of Senator Tulfo.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Senator.
Yes, with the permission of Senator Tulfo. Republic Act 10591, referred to as the Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulations Act, mandates all government agencies, military and law enforcement organizations, LGUs, and corporations owned and controlled by the government provide the PNP with an inventory of all the weapons and ammunition they possess. Why is it therefore that the 4,625 decommissioned firearms are not included in said inventory? And as stated, you are bound by your mandates to keep these records confidential. Bakit ganon? Labag ito sa batas ng Pilipino. So ibig sabihin, yung mga nag-surrender na MILF, hindi sakop ng batas ng ating bansa. Parang mali naman yata to. Panloloko naman yata ng bansang Pilipino to. Bakit hindi sila tatalima sa batas na ang bawat mamayan ang kinakailangan sumunod?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, can I add to the point of
Yes,
Senator Amy?
Boto.
Mr. Chair, I don't know if there's a conflict between what is the existing law that our resource person is talking about, if it runs in conflict with the firearms comprehensive law. I don't know. We have to study on that because maybe, I'm sure, the ones who formulated this law ay talagang inobserba itong firearms, the existence of the firearms comprehensive firearms law. So titingnan natin siguro, Mr. Chair, kung saan ang conflict dito.
Yes, I just like to follow up. Having gone through the paper submitted, ang hinahanap ko po, sinasabi ninyo yung annex for normalization. What is the written basis, the legal basis for the number of 40,000 MILF combatants and the legal basis of the 7,000 firearms? Meron bang legal basis yan? Kasi nahanap ko rito, sabi annex. Asan yung annex? Nasa annex lang ng normalization. Yun ang sinasabi ninyo. Pero wala naman dun sa annex nakatakda yung 40 at saka 70,000. Anong basehan natin ng lahat niyan?
Madam Chair, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes. Your Honors, we have the basis, which is basically the written letter of Chair Minister Murad to President Aquino dated 2010. We can submit it
And
to you.
in the letter, it's indicated the 40,000
Yes,
combatants
Your Honor.
and the 7,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
And a mere letter is now considered law that supersedes all existing firearms and ammunition codes recognized here in the territory of the Republic of the Philippines. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
This is a mere letter, sir.
Yes,
I
but
have never heard of a mere letter overturning our entire construct of firearms and ammunition law.
the comprehensive agreement was written 2014.
I'm aware. I'm
then-
aware. It went through 2014, 2015, and finally 2019.
Yes,
Pero hinahanap ko yung legal basis po ninyo. Saan ba galing yan? Kasi hanggang ngayon, ang sinasabi, wala namang listahang binibigay sa gobyerno kahit kailan nitong 40,000. Tama ba yun? Wala ba talagang listahan ng mga combatants na 40,000 na ginawa nating target?
the submission of the combatants is in a gradual
I understand po it's in phases,
In
and
phases,
we
yes.
are now in the third phase. That's
the fourth final phase.
a fourth and final phase, which is fully explained. Pero sino nagbigay ng listahan na yan? Kasi nagtataka ang marami, kanya-kanyang MILF. And some MILF are more equal than others. Is that true?
The list is being signed by the implementing panel of the MILF.
But these are foreigners.
No, no,
Certainly,
no.
they derive the information from somewhere else,
The
locally.
The implementing panel, Your Honors, are full. They are MILF and the GPH implementing panel. It is-
Senator Tulfo, is the list of 40,000 combatants also confidential?
Your
Or
Honor,
are we privy to that list?
Your Honor, the process of the submission of the.
We're
the-
aware there is a process. I'm looking for names, sir. These are what the local officials, the local combatants, the local decommissioned officers are looking for. Nobody understands your list, sir.
We can provide the list if needed, Your Honors. It is located in our data.
Yes, in your list, do we have data
Yes, Your Honor.
explaining which base commands they belong to?
Yes, Your Honor.
They're identified,
Yes, Your Honor.
their rank, their role and purpose, and the base command to which they report. Kompleto po ba yun?
Can I refer you to the chair of the decommissioning body, because they're the one who provided the validations and the verification.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, when we receive and decommission the combatant, we take in information on the combatant, as you mentioned now. We categorize some of it as not sensitive information, that will be name, address, birth of date, and so on. And then there are some information that are sensitive, we call guerrilla information. That might be the base command, rank, such information. So the first part, the non-sensitive, we transfer over to the TFDCC and DSWD, which they have. The second part, the more sensitive information, the guerrilla information, is for us to keep confidential for now. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. However, the concern is that whereas around 26,000 combatants are supposedly decommissioned, the base commands have not been dismantled. Until today, the MILF continues to operate these base commands, all 6 of them. We have also spent a great deal of money, I believe upwards of 600 million pesos, on the Joint Task Forces on Camps Transformation. What exactly is going on with these camps? And why is it that with all these 26,000, wala pa rin, buo pa rin ang mga kampo ng MILF?
Your Honor, because of the pandemic, we were derailed by 3 years. That's why last
Pero
year,
nasa phase 4 na po kayo, patapos na po to.
there is a different some sort of process on the transformation of camps. So
But you therefore make the admission that the MILF base camps are intact and in operation without any transformation having been undertaken. Is that correct?
no, Your Honor, there is already transformation in some effect.
What exactly has been transformed? We see them exactly as they were before.
For example, in Camp Bilal, we have seen a lot of transformation.
Can you please be specific, sir?
So we have already converted the 300 hectares into some sort of a village, wherein we will.
It was a village before.
No, ma'am, it's a camp. It's a Camp Bilal.
Yes, but civilians were living in that camp. There were
Yes,
children
yes,
and
Your Honor.
mothers as well.
Yes, Your Honor. But right now,
So what was transformed? It's exactly in the same position.
in 2019, Madam, when I visited Camp Bilal, all of them are armed to teeth, meaning from the highway, going to their area. Even MP Bravo, member of the Parliament Bravo, is always armed to teeth. But right now, when I come to Camp Bilal, most of them are really are wearing civilian, madam, and they are very very amiable. And at the same time, they're
Are we
already.
now to read a change of costume as a transformation, sir?
I
I think that is a very token and gratuitous piece of information.
Madam, during those times when we are visiting the camps, even in 2014 up to 2019, you can see a lot of firearms there. But right now, we visited many camps. You cannot see any firearms they are brandishing, meaning that there is already a change of mindset, wherein the normal combatants that they are holding firearms every time that they go. We never see that anymore in those
Mr. Chair,
areas.
follow-up question sa question with the indulgence of Senator
Yes,
Jaime.
Senator Tulfo.
Ito po galing sa military na kausap ko last night, and maybe Mr. Hovland would like to answer this question or kung mag-answer dito. Because during the last hearing, you did mention that there were combatants who surrendered, but they weren't able to surrender their firearms because they said it's personal, it's for personal use. Ngayon kung personal use yun, chinek niyo ba yung serial number to make sure na yun ay license, may LTAP?
Yun po ang next na proseso po, Your Honors, because yung ano po natin, yung decommission of the combatants, there is a separate process. So yung ano po natin, we never term them surrender. We term them decommission.
Kaya nga po sir, kasi when they came to the government to get that 100,000 cash allowance, supposed to be they should be turning over their firearms. But they did not because sabi nga, meron akong baril dito, personal use ko ito. So kung personal use mo yan, dapat may permit yan. Chinek niyo ba yung mga, andun na rin lang siya hawak-hawak yung baril niya. So sana kinuha niyo yung serial number, pinicturan, and then gumawa kayo ng cross-check sa ating PNP, FEO, Firearms and Explosive Office, para masiguro na yun ay lisensyado, para masiguro din na hindi magamit yun kung saan sa amang purpose.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, yun ang proseso po natin, sir, na initially yung sa decommission of combatants is separating na yung pagka nag-proseso po tayo ng decommission combatants, we gave the 100,000 for the purpose of the socio-economic, not for the purpose of turning up the firearms. Hindi po yun naman po, ang ano po natin po is meron tayong proseso din ng decommissioning ng agreed 7,000. Yun po ang ginagawa po natin. And then later on, there is kung makikita niyo po yung sa aming ano po, yung we have still a lot of programs in parallel with the decommissioning of firearms. Number one is yung all small arms and light weapons management. Ito po yung sinasabi natin na i-stencil po natin, isa-isa po yung lahat po na yun.
Mentioned to me yesterday, nung pumunta ko sa office ko, tinanong ko what kind of firearms ang mga na-surrender. Sabi niyo po sa akin, carbine, may mga carbine, may mga garan,
M16.
M16, meron pang Thompson. Di ba pang kafgo lang po yun? Alam ko yung MLF, they're well financed and they have modern weaponries.
Yung Thompson, sir, konti lang po talaga yun.
Thompson. So ibig sabihin may mga MLF na Thompson ang ginagamit. Ano po yung diplato?
Sir, actually, sir, kasi makita natin, 1976 po kasi yung ibang mga combatants natin.
Oh.
Those were the firearms that they are
Meron
using.
din pong carbine.
Yes, sir, ganun po.
Di ba yung carbine, panahon pa natin ng hook balahap yun. Oh, but anyway, may carbine. So siguro po sa next hearing, give us a list of those firearms. Sabi nga ni Senator Jaime, siyempre, kung ano man yung agreement meron between the decommission body and other groups, well, that should not supersede the law of the land of the Republic. So you should be wary about that. So next hearing, you should provide us with that information that Senator Jaime was asking, kahit na sa executive session man lang.
Yes, sir, we will provide, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, dalawang question ng Senator Jaime. December 31, 2022, kasi binanggit sa akin kahapon yung Commission on Audit. Sabi yung very strict ang Commission on Audit nga. Kayo talagang binabantayan. So, agad-agad nag-check po ako sa Commission on Audit. Meron pong 4.2 billion na audit suspension, and then 51.8 million disallowance. So pag sinabing disallowance, pinasusoli po. So unahin po natin dun sa disallowance. Ano po itong 51 million na pinasosoli po ng Commission Audit?
51 million po nito, sir. Na-explain na po namin to sa COA na ang remaining balance lang po is more or less 8 million.
Na-explain.
Na po yun. Kung magkasano po.
Naisoli na po.
Naisoli na po yun.
Eight
Then
na lang po.
yung 4 billion po yun, sir, is yung po yung previous pamana project po, hindi po sa amin po yun panahon namin during the previous ano, sir.
Pero were you able to explain it properly to
Yes,
the Commission on Audit?
Actually, sir, we were able to expedite yung compliance with the auditor. So ito pong
So, sorry, sir. So, parang tayo mamalito. So, nasoli na yung iba dun sa 51 million mo na 51.8. Nasoli na po yung iba, yung meron pang 4 million hindi pa nasusoli.
yes, sir, meron pa po tayong proseso na
Bakit po hindi nasoli na lang ang buo?
binabayaran po ng ano po, sir, ng mga tinatawag nating yung mga SDOs na meron pong accountability.
Pwede po paki-explain ano po yung 51 million na pinasusoli? Bakit po pinasoli?
Ito po yung ano po, sir, nung previous administration pa po namin, sir, na ano. Kaya yun po-
Before you.
Opo, before po sa akin pa po yan po, sir. Actually, nung ano pa po yun, 2017, 2018, 2019.
Same thing with this 4.2 billion.
Yes po, yes po. Wala pa po ako po nung ano po yun, 2018, 2017 po yun.
Siguro, Mr. Chair, sa next hearing, patawag natin yung
Actually, we already, marami po na kami pong ipinasa po sa ombudsman pertaining that matter po, sir.
so meron na pong kaso.
Opo, may mga kaso
And
na po.
may we know who are these people na pinahil nyo ng kaso sa ombudsman? And what happened to the case?
Yung previous execom po at saka back member po ng
Can we get the names?
we will give it to you, Your Honor.
And then, gusto namin malaman yung status ng kaso sa
Yes, Your
ombudsman.
Honor.
So ongoing pa po ito.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ilan po yung nakasuhan dito sa 51 million?
Bali po yung ano po, may mga seven charges po kami na naibigay sa ombudsman. And we will give you the details po, Your Honor.
Kasama ho ba dito yung pinalitan nyo na secretary?
Yung mga execom members po.
Execom lang.
Opo.
Okay. Okay. Doon po sa 4.2 billion, sabi niyo po before your term pa ito.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sabi po dito sa record ng Commission on Audit, ito yung mga was it computer? And then yung mga pinabigay nyo sa mga non-government organization, people's organization?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ba't ho binigyan natin ng pera yung mga NGOs?
That's why during my term, we already remove all this ng mga NGOs po. So ang
Okay.
ginawa po namin immediately, we
Kaya nga
terminate
po, bakit po binigyan ng pera ang mga NGOs at saka mga people's organization?
because
Well-
they're the one also implementing some of the programs sa ating.
Ano pong klase mga programs po yun, sir?
Normally, sir, I will give you the details, the
Okay,
details.
kasi sir, that's
Because I'm-
4.2 billion, that's a lot of money. Para ipamigay po natin sa NGOs. And then, can we know, ano po yung mga NGOs na yun? Can you identify to us?
We will submit the report.
Okay. At maging po yung people's organization. Ano po itong people's organization? First time ko lang napakinggan to. POs? What are these POs, sir?
We will find out, sir. Maybe.
Yes, sir. Give us a list of the NGOs and then the POs who've been a recipient of this 4.2 billion because this is a lot of money and this has to be accounted for. That's why you got a suspension from the Commission on Audit.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hindi ko sana na discover po to kung hindi yung binanggit sa akin yesterday na sabi nyo mahigpit sa inyong Commission on Audit. So chinek po namin yung Commission on Audit and bingo, ito po yung nakita namin.
Yes, sir.
So provide us with all these documents. So Mr. Chair, and then siguro patawag din natin yung mga previous execoms na nakaupo para paimbestigahan natin itong 51 million and 4.2 billion.